companies, it just didn't check all of the boxes. There we go. Looking at other companies, they just didn't check the boxes like Shaklee did. And so we're really excited to be here to share our story. We're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves. Oh, I'm just going to let this person in. There we are. So my name's Becky Biggers. I have been in network marketing for about 7 years. I don't count the first 3. If anybody can relate to that, I had a couple different businesses before I landed into, I came from S.T.A.B.L.E. So S.T.A.B.L.E. was my big business. I was there for 4 years. And back in July, S.T.A.B.L.E. made the announcement, July 1st on Canada Day, they made the announcement that they were moving to an affiliate model. For some people, that doesn't affect them as they don't feel like it affects them because they prefer selling the influencers. It's, but for me, I'm not an influencer. I prefer to work my business much differently. And I also love to lead. I love to help people succeed. And so when S.T.A.B.L.E. made that announcement, I felt really broken. I felt betrayed. There was all sorts of emotions that I, but between anger and sadness and disbelief and, right back to anger, there was all sorts of emotions going through my mind. And, we started to look at different companies because when you're a leader, you feel this need to be able to have the answers. You want to have the answers because you want to be able to support your humans, your team, your community. And so, there was a few of us that really took it on our shoulders to find a place, find a home where we knew this rug wasn't going to be pulled out from under us. So where we met with many different companies, and there were shining objects out there, especially these brand new companies that, they had a lot to offer, but the sparkle and shine behind all of that, at the end of the day, they didn't measure up to the Shaklee standard. And so, we made an educated decision, a bold, educated decision to come over to Shaklee. And it's one that I know we'll never regret because we can lay down our roots. But we found a home. And these last 3 months have been just incredible and have just reiterated why we made the right, how we made the right decision, or that this is the ultimate choice when looking at all of the different companies. So Jeff, if you don't mind taking a few minutes to introduce yourself as well.
I'd love to. So Jeff Hill, I probably sport 2 titles, the president of global sales and the president of the Americas. I over North America, but in addition to that, I also work with the Taiwanese business, our China business, and our Japanese business. We also do business in Malaysia. And as most of you know, we are in the process of opening up Australia. So that is remarkably exciting as well. I've been with Shaklee as of Monday, October 1st, for 5 years. And interestingly, I mean, before that, I cut my teeth in this industry. Let me go back a little step before that. I went to law school, practiced law. Then I went to a leadership development company. And then I did something I thought I'd never do in my life, was be part of a network marketing company. And part of that reason is because I'm here in Utah and I'm surrounded by network marketing companies. But I got recruited to a company and I fell in love with the industry. And I fell in love with the industry because I saw that it could be done well. And I saw if it was a product focused, if it was sustainable, based on really solid principles and practices, not a get rich quick, not a fake it till you make it kind of a thing, but something that was sustainable, that you could really engage in something that was life-changing. And it was just not just purely from a financial standpoint, but from a leadership standpoint, from a personal standpoint. We talked a little bit about community and family. And to me, what this business is about, it is about leading. And it is about bringing people together and that have a common mindset, and they're mission oriented and mission driven. As you get to know me, you'll find that that's kind of my jam. I tend to be very mission oriented, but I'm a results oriented individual that wants to see results, because at the end of the day, there's a phrase that says no margin, no mission. What that means is you have to make money in order to realize your mission. And so we have to put the right pieces in place to make that happen. And so my responsibility here at Shaklee is to with Roger and with others, to put our fingerprints on this, to bring it together, to align the right things, to attract the right people to us, and that's important to me. It's to attract the right people, because we're doing some wonderful things, and it's about this journey, and it's about who you become and who you become that with as you realize your dream. So I'll get a chat for a little bit later, but that's who I am in a nutshell. And thanks for letting me have an opportunity to chat. And I also get the opportunity to come up to Canada this weekend, so pretty dang excited about that.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie Barron. I am from Caister Center, Ontario. You probably never heard of that, just outside of Niagara. I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I've also been in network marketing for about 7 years. And prior to hearing the news with Saint, I was also with a company called Silver Icing, who's in BC, and they also went affiliate. And I had been with them for 7 years and had built a team, and that was just basically taken away from me. Same idea with Saint. Basically, Becky kind of explained all of our pains with Saint. And so I was a little hesitant on what I wanted to do next. My husband and I own a landscaping company. I'm busy with that. And I'm like, do I really want to take this on again? But the thing that really excited me, I guess, about Shaklee is my passion for wellness. Like, love to exercise, I love to stay fit. And just when I did a little bit more research on the products and found out, like, just, their sustainability, they've been around for 68 years, and just hearing all of that and just doing my research, it was kind of a no-brainer to kind of go that direction. And then just like everyone talks about how much it's a family. And you always think when people say that, you're like, yeah, okay, I've heard that before. But really and truly, you do get that family vibe. Like, everybody just looks out for each other. It's an awesome community. And you just kind of feel like you're at home. It sounds really funny to say that, but I feel like we found our home. And yeah, so I'm excited.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katie Prince. I have been in direct sales, social selling, MLM, whatever name you want to put on it, for about 7 or 8 years now. What started out for me as a hobby, I was a stay-at-home mom with a husband in the oil field, and I have a son with special needs. Turned into so much more. I realized I had a platform where I could really help women relate to more than just products, but life circumstance. I ended up going through a separation and moved 1,600 kilometers away. And I just really reached out to a lot of women through that. And it turned into a full-time income to support my children as a single mom. I also was a Saint artist. The carpet was ripped out from under me in July. And as you can imagine, that being my sole form of providing for my family, it was a huge hit. It was devastating. And it wasn't the first time this has happened to me. I have been partnered with another brand in the past, and it happened with that brand as well. So to say that my faith was a little bit rattled with this industry is a little understatement, but I decided to give it one more go. Becky and I interviewed a few companies. We really did our research, and we had 3 components that we wanted to make sure that we could bring to the table. One being products that we can lead with integrity and stand behind to our clients. We don't want to partner with a brand for the sake of making a buck. We want to make sure that these are products that are clean, that are sustainable, that are a good price point, and that work. We wanted to make sure they work. The second was compensation. We have seen a lot of companies in this industry feed the people at the top while the people at the bottom do all the work. And in good faith, we cannot deliver that to the table for any women that want to link arms with us and go forward with this company. So that leads us to the third, and that was corporate. And we wanted to make sure that we were backed fully by corporate. And when I say backed fully by corporate, we just wanted support. We wanted to know that we had someone to reach out to if we needed training, if we needed products, if we needed encouragement, even just the little things like appreciation and achievements. And Shaklee hit the head. It hit the nail on the head with all 3. The products are incredible. The compensation plan we could, in good faith, hand out to women that want to link arms with us. Everybody has a chance to make money right from the bottom to the top, but we're going to get into that in a few minutes, so I don't want to spill too much. And then I have never seen so much support as I have with corporate. So third time's a charm. We are so happy to be here and sharing all the details with you all. And yeah. take it away, Becky.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone, for introducing. We'll all have turns speaking later on. And so we'll take a look, but there's a lot of things to look at in for a business. Katie just kind of touched on a lot of, 3 of the main things that we were really looking at. But what I want to say is if your business has recently, gone affiliate, or not even if you've gone affiliate, there's just a lot of change right now going on. And so I even hear a lot of companies that are changing like drastically. So suddenly, like Katie said, like the people on the bottom, you're not getting, you're not making any money. It's only the people at the top. And like I have kids. I have 3 kids of my own, and I have 2 teenagers that I did not birth. They're just live with me. So like I need to, one of the things that needs to happen when I choose a business is we need to make some money. So what I want to say though is if you are, a little bit scared because all of this change is happening and change is scary, I just want you to know that you are your brand, and what you tie your name to is the most important thing that you should be considering, is that you're your brand. So whoever you partner with, whatever company you choose, that is going to be a reflection of you. It's a reflection of your integrity. So one of the biggest things is we wanted to be with a company that we could be proud and say, hey, like we stand behind every single aspect of this company. We didn't want to go and say and find a company where we weren't sure if we could build, or we weren't sure about the compensation. We weren't sure about the leadership, the corporate, all of those things. We wanted a place where we could confidently say, there is no other place, you guys. There is not another option out there. This is the only one. And that's exactly what we found, because what I want you to remember is when you are looking, because I encourage you to do your research, because you will not find a place that's better than this. You want to find a place that is stable. And we're going to go over what all of those things mean, the S.T.A.B.L.E. Apparently, I need to spell it out for you in case you don't know how to spell stable. But yeah, so this is exactly what we were looking for. And this is your answer. There's no other one. So Jeff is going to talk about leadership for us.
That's great. So again, thank you. And it's a little bit, you're asking me to brag about ourselves or to tell about ourselves, which is always a little awkward. But I've been around. I've been with several companies, and leadership matters. And I think as you consider who we are, as you consider other companies, I think one of the primary takeaways that you need to take away, whether you're already with us and you're going to be sharing with someone, or you're visiting us here for the first time, this is something that needs to be reinforced in your mind, is that the motivation of the leadership matters, and where they come from. We've talked a little bit about some of these affiliate companies and some of the transitions that have made. And I would just share this before I jump in here, because I think this sets the stage for who Roger is and what his motivation is from a leader, is that if you look at companies that have recently transitioned, many of them have brought on private equity firms, or private equity firms have invested in the company. They've become the primary stakeholder in their business. The primary interest of a private equity firm is to turn a profit, to make money as quickly, as efficiently as they can. Their stakeholder, their loyalty, who they are beholden to, is the people that invested money. It's not to the field. Okay, it's not necessarily to the customers. Now, that's certainly a core piece that if you put those things together, the others should come. But oftentimes, private equity firms are, how do we turn the money as fast as we can? How do we get in, get our return, get our money, reinvest in another company? And if you look at some of the companies, most of the companies that have just had a transition, you'll see that at their core, that's there. Also, you can take a look at public companies, and public companies are a beast of their own, in their own, because again, who is the stakeholder? The stakeholder is the shareholder of the company. It's the return on investment. It's the value of the share. And so oftentimes decisions are made not for the long term, not for the long view of what's in the best interest of the field, but what's going to drive that share price, what's going to drive the return. And there are some really good companies out there. So I want to make sure that I share that. But there's a different motivation. So let me just now pivot to Shaklee and to Roger Barnett. So Roger's the CEO, chairman of our company. He just celebrated the 20th year as owner of the company. We are a privately held company. We are a debt-free company. We are a company where I will say this from the perspective of, do we have good business sense at the top? Roger comes from a long pedigree of wildly successful, accomplished business businessman within his family. He has sat at the feet of the best. I mean, if you research him, you will find that out very, very quickly. But he also, from a bright standpoint, you know, Harvard Law or Yale Law, Harvard Business School, not to mention working with some great firms before and until 20 years ago, when he was led to Shaklee because he wanted to have a business where he could invest in wellness, where he could invest in people, where his loyalty was to the people that were driving the business. And that's a key distinction, I think, as you look at different companies, and as you get to know Roger, and as you understand who he is. Unequivocally, he is an accomplished business individual. But what runs deep in his DNA is, I want to bring wellness to the world. I want to make sure that we have an impact on the world. And the way to do that is through creating tremendous connection with people, to creating a warm community. We kind of laugh about this concept of the Shaklee family, and someone said that sometimes you kind of go, you know, oh shucks, that's kind of cute, right? But the reality is, I've been here 5 years now, and there is a sense of family. There is a sense of looking out and caring for each other, and there's a pride about being part of this family as well, that does create this sense of community and creates a sense of connection that people yearn for right now. Yes, we have products. Yes, we have a compensation plan, and those things matter. But what also matters is leadership and that connection and that community. And Roger is at the head of that, and that's something that he feels wildly passionately about. So as you consider who we are, I would challenge you to stack up Roger Barnett, to stack up the management team, you know, against others, and say, where have they been? What do they stand for? Are they a get-rich-quick thing? Have they built good businesses before? What's their pedigree? Are they here for the long term? 68-year-old company. Yes, that's been around a long time. It's stood the test of time. We've weathered a lot of storms, but guess what? We're still here. We're still committed to products. We're still committed to high quality. We're still committed to people and to community, and that matters. And if those kinds of things matter to you, okay, if those kind of things are things that you value, then I think that's where an area where you can check the box and say, okay, let's talk about the next thing that would be on my list. So that's just a quick little Jeff Hill on Roger Barnett and our leadership team. So I'll pass it on to the next person.
All right, back to me. All right, so before we actually, you know, as a team, we were talking about, like, we need to try these products first before we can actually, you know, tell our people, like, you know, is this going to be good for you? Like, you can't really just say, oh yeah, these are amazing, and never try it. So we actually, the neat thing is, we had the products in hand. And then once we tried them, it was a no-brainer. Like, we were all messaging each other, like, oh my God, did you try the Life Shake? It's so good. And you know, we started just taking the vitamins, and we were messaging each other saying, okay, is this just, am I drinking the Kool-Aid, or am I really feeling this energy? And it's crazy because I started the Vitalizer vitamins, and my husband is not the healthiest guy. Like, I wake up and work out, and my husband wakes up, grabs a coffee, and goes outside for a cigarette. We're very opposite that way. And so it's funny because he saw how I was feeling, and he's like, wow, like, you're really feeling that off these vitamins. I'm like, well, yeah. And you know, the shakes and everything. He's like, well, maybe I'll try the vitamins. And so now for the past month, my husband's been taking the Vitalizer vitamins as well. And we both just been feeling amazing. And so I can't say enough about the products. The fact that they're clinically tested and proven. I do have some notes here because, I mean, I would like to touch quite a bit about the products because they are so amazing, and I'm not going to remember everything. And I'm kind of new at this, so it's a little nerve-wracking. So clinically tested and proven, you know, they've got EWG verified. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and look that up. There are landmark studies that have been done, over like 100 published scientific papers of clinical studies that validate the effectiveness of the products. natural and safe ingredients. So I feel very comfortable giving my kids the Life Shakes. My kids are not the greatest of eaters. They're very picky. So with the Life Shake, they're getting the nutrients, they're filling those gaps. And I feel comfortable knowing that I'm giving them safe, healthy products that's not going to have any harmful chemicals, parabens, synthetic colors, like none of that. Like, you know that you're getting nothing but quality. And then just the fact, like, I love the fact that when I had got my first order in from Shaklee, there was this little piece of paper, and they plant trees. They're just like all about the environment. Their products are made from natural cleaning. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Environment. So for example, their packaging, they reduce the packaging to support, like, the environment. And I got this little piece of paper that you can actually plant. And it was really cool. You just rip it up and you put it in a pot in the earth. And like, I just thought that was fascinating, because I'm a big outdoorsy person and I love nature. And so for me, that was just really important that they like actually give back to the environment, and they actually put some thought into their packaging. And it's not like, Amazon, you get this big box and for this little tiny thing that you get. Like, they really put some thought into that as well. And then just the history, the fact that this company's been around for 68 years. And it's so funny because when I told some of my friends, yeah, at first I was calling it Shaklee, because I'm like, Shaklee. And I'm like, okay, I got corrected. It's Shaklee. I was telling my friends about the company and they're like, oh yeah, my mom used to sell Shaklee. I'm like, really? And then I was speaking to another girlfriend. She's like, I used to take their vitamins when I was a little girl. I'm like, how does everybody know about this company that's been around for 68 years? And I'm like, I'm just hearing about this like back in July. So yeah, just the history alone, the fact that they've been around for that long, that there's sustainability, longevity. And then the other thing that I just wanted to touch on too is, with the products that you're getting, they're guarantee. Not a lot of companies are going to guarantee those products. You know what I mean? They don't guarantee. And you got that guarantee with Shaklee. If you're not happy with them, for example, the Ready Set Wellness Bundle, I've had a lot of people start with that. They guarantee you're going to feel amazing within like 6 days. And I've had so many people that have done, the Ready Set Wellness Bundle, our cleanse, and the amount of feedback that I'm getting from everybody has been nothing but positive. And it's not surprising because I've also tried the products prior, and it's just so nice to be with a company that you can be proud of. And, it's not like you're pushing the products on people. It's like, why wouldn't you want to take them? Why wouldn't you want to feel amazing and healthy? And just the fact that that all these clinical studies that have been done, that you're getting clean products. I believe that we are the only company in the world that can legally say that we're clinically proven. Not too many companies can say that out there. There's all these wellness companies popping up that have been around maybe for 5-10 years, but you've got a company here that's been around for 68 years that have done these studies, and they're just showing more and more improvement. So we've got like the science behind it, which I think is pretty fascinating.
It's funny, Mel, is I always, whenever like with when you're promoting products, I always think I need to have that one product that I don't like, because like I need to show that, yeah, like this is good, this is good, this is good, but this isn't good, so that you're not saying that all the products are good. I haven't found that yet with Shaklee. I'm still trying to find that product that I could be like, I don't like this, but I haven't found it yet. And I have tried, there's 300 products. So I'm still working my way through all of them, but I have tried a lot of their products, and I'm still searching for that one to give myself like validity. Like maybe it'll be the deodorant. I don't know, but I'm searching. All right. Katie is going to talk to us about compensation. So the A is adaptable compensation.
Hello, everyone. I just want to touch on Mel's really quick. The first month that we signed on with Shaklee, we just had weeks of experience with the products. 3 months later, the changes in our bodies is phenomenal. The weight is still coming off. I've lost 30 pounds in 5 months, and I've never felt better. So just going to put that out there. The changes keep happening. Okay, we're going to talk compensation. So as we were touching on earlier, we wanted to make sure that we could partner with a brand that was going to have a compensation plan that benefited everybody, even Steven, from the top to the bottom. we didn't want to share something with women that wanted to follow us in business, or even some new women that we haven't met yet that decide to link arms with us in the future. In
Or
good
men.
or men. Sorry, I'm used to being in a female brand, but this is men as well. Thank you. We wanted to make sure everybody had an even playing field as far as earning an income. I have partnered with brands in the past where the people at the top make the money, and it's based on auto ships from their team below them, let alone if they bring on customers or not. And Shaklee is not like this at all. Everybody has a chance to earn an income. So we're going to start first basically with customers. Bringing on 3 new customers, you are going, and $500 combined in sales, you will be earning a $75 bonus. This is paid out weekly, and you can do this basically as many times as you want in a month. I think it caps out at around 1,500 a month. Yeah. Which is a lot. It's a lot. So after that, you will, or sorry, so you 3 new customers, $500 combined, $7,500 bonus in your bank account every week. Do that
$75 bonus.
Yes, that's just the bonus.
Yeah.
You are also earning commissions on their sales. So all 3 new customers, you'll be earning 30% commissions on any and all sales that they make for those first 30 days. They order that one time, 30% commissions. They order again in their first 30 days, you're still earning 30% commissions. After that, when they are out of their 30 days, you will then be earning 10 to 40% commissions based on how much you sell each month. So there's different tiers, which is pretty comparable with other brands that are out there. But the 30% commissions for the first 30 days is something that I have never seen in this industry. It's huge, let alone the $75 bonus that's paid out weekly. If you do decide to build a team, we're not going to get into the specifics, but Shaklee's compensation on team building is incredible. From what I've heard, Shaklee's compensation plan is patented. Jeff, can you confirm? I believe it is.
I can on the infinity bonus, yes.
Yes. So it's good stuff. People want to get their hands on it. We patented the compensation plan for the infinity bonus, but basically you can earn, I believe it's up to 10 lines deep. I don't have my chart in front of me right now, but if you are a builder and you do want to start blessing other men or women in the industry out there with the gift of the business of Shaklee, then there's definitely a generous compensation plan on that as well. As far as fees, I believe your first 3 months there are no business fees, but after that, it is $15 a month just for your website. You don't have any minimal monthly activity. You do have a $75 that you do have to either shop off yourself, or if you sign up a new customer, that's going to cover your 75 PV. Sorry, I said dollars, but it's points. There's a lot to get in here, and I know it's very confusing. So if you have been invited by an ambassador to come to the Zoom, I definitely encourage you to reach out to the ambassador with any questions that you may have. I don't want to get too in depth with the compensation plan, but the main thing you want to be focusing on is 30% commissions on all new customers for the first 30 days, 10 to 40% after that, and a generous compensation plan if you do decide to be a builder. But it gives everybody from the top to the bottom a fair playing field and the chance to make some money. This is still me. Perfect. Okay. Part 3, we really wanted to make sure that we had corporate support. So I was partnered with a brand. We had no support. I think I mentioned that earlier. We had the exact same email that customers had to reach out to get problems solved, whether their package is lost in transit, if they would like to do a return, anything. And let me tell you, you feel alone. You feel like you're floundering. It's quite frustrating. And when you don't have that support, you kind of feel neglected, if I'm going to be honest. And this was a big red flag for me at the beginning of my partnership with the brand in the past. It was very mind-boggling to me that we didn't have meetings with corporate. We didn't have a say in anything. We didn't even have a phone number to call in if we had trouble. So this was a big priority for me. And I have been absolutely flabbergasted with the amount of support that we've received from Shaklee. I was told before we started meeting that Shaklee has incredible technical support. They have an app for us that will give us prompts and reminders for customer follow-up. It takes care of everything for us. You can send an email on there to thank people for their order. You can reach out to your clients on there to remind them of their auto ships if they have any, which is all true. The apps that they have built for us are incredible, but the actual personal support that we have received from corporate has been phenomenal. This is a brand that really sees the value in the field. And I've never really experienced this before. And they invest in us because they believe in us and they want to see us succeed. And it's, I don't want to say it's for $1 for them. It is, but if they like, they'll see we're close to a finish line towards the end of the month. There's people that are close to a promotion. How can we help you cross that finish line strong? How can we help people on your team cross that finish line? We are now embarking on a cross-country tour for Shaklee just to do drop-ins at different cities, and they're providing us with the product. Corporate's going to come up and do drop-ins and fly in and help us run these events strong. And I have never in all my years experienced something like this. And it really goes without saying that when you're appreciated in the field, you can do huge things, huge things. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm going off my emotions right now and not the facts that we have written down here. Okay, so with
People
product,
can read the facts. You tell about the emotions, because that gives a really good inside look at what actually is behind the scenes, right? Because that was one of the biggest things that we've noticed is the amount of touch points that we have with corporate, and considering we've never had that, like we just like, I just don't even have words because it's incredible.
we feel valued. We feel valued for the
Yes.
first time probably ever in this industry. And it's very
Ever.
easy to I'm trying to find the right word, but have a sore spot when you've been tossed aside once in business and twice for myself. You feel taken advantage of almost. We were investing in this business weeks before they pulled the plug. We were onboarding people weeks before they pulled the plug, and it just really hit a spot. And I lost a bit of
It
faith
almost
for a while.
diminishes, and it diminishes our worth. It makes you feel like you're not worth that commitment from the company you're pouring into.
Yes. And the appreciation that we've received, there's a bunch of women on our team that hit promotions within their first 3 months with Shaklee, and Shaklee sent them a bouquet of flowers to their doorstep just to say congratulations. Like, I have never seen this before. To help us run events, they'll provide products with us if needed, and training. If we have ideas on how we can help build this company, they will sit down and listen to us. Just little old me or Becky, they want to hear what ideas we have. And that's huge because we're brand new to this company. We're 3 months in, and you can imagine the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, or I think it was close to $1 billion last year. He's probably pressed for time. He probably has a full agenda, but he still took the time to meet with us. So it just goes to say, like, no matter how big the company is, they are still very humble. They still have feet on the ground, and definitely reach out to the field in any way that they can.
Thank you, Katie. Okay, so the L, this is kind of my favorite because it's long and short-term incentives. So this is one of the boxes we wanted to check, because having a team at our previous company, we didn't feel, I mean, touching on what Katie just said, we didn't feel like we were appreciated. I mean, they in turn, went the affiliate model, really wanted to push the influencers to be, really give them everything that they wanted. And so one of the things that we found in other companies was that those incentives were very, very challenging to get. They were near impossible for, people that were working their business on the ground and not, working their business, through an influencer type model. So here was one of the boxes that was checked because you don't have to jump through those hoops. My previous company, you had to sell $50,000 in a very short amount of time to be able to earn the large trip. And I will here, it makes it like everything is doable. If you are willing to work hard, then this is within your grasp. And that was such a big thing for me because I felt like my team was working so hard. They were showing up every day, and yet they could never grasp that apple from the tree. They could never get it, because when you put something out of reach, it's almost like there's no point of even trying. And so Shaklee has that within reach. And they'll give you a ladder to climb up the ladder. They'll give you all the tools you need to be successful so that you can get there. And what I love is the quarterly incentives. Those are your rungs on the ladder. As you work your way through the year, they have these quarterly incentives. I wasn't around for the first few, but I'm pretty sure it was Apple headphone things, AirPods, Apple AirPods. They've had Yeti coolers. Just the last quarterly incentive was some fancy cookware. I'm not very good with the names, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. But next one is going to be some mixers. What are them? Mixers? Vitamix. Vitamix. There's little pictures right there. You know what I'm talking about. But they have these little carrots all along the way. And when you earn each carrot, you know what happens at the end? You've actually earned yourself a trip. And so they're giving you all the steps, all the rungs on the ladder, so that at the end you can grasp that apple. And I love that, because coming from a company that didn't have any kind of support and help to get their people to that point, it was really defeating for myself. It was really defeating for my team. And I wanted my team to have wins. And the best thing about this is that in the last 3 months, you guys wouldn't even imagine how many people have said, I've never done this with my previous company. I've never done this. I've never done this. I've never done this. And so suddenly my team, our community are having wins that they never had before within just a few months of starting. And I think, and I attribute that all to Shaklee in the way that they set things up. It's so achievable. If you're willing to work hard, put the work in, it's as doable. This is a company that you can thrive. And so, but they also, I'm going to go back to the notes over here instead of speaking from the heart, like Katie was saying. But there's those monthly incentives, the Star Club cash bonuses, 3 new customers, you're earning 30%, but here's that $75 cash bonus. There's those quarterly incentives I mentioned, and then that 5-star destination. And, I was the girl that never got the trip. Not once. In the 4 years that I hustled and bustled, I never once got an incentive trip. And I'm going to tell you, within 3 weeks, I earned that incentive trip here. So just think about that. 4 years, I tried to get that incentive trip and could never attain it. And I did that over here in 3 weeks. Now, the great thing about Shaklee is you have an entire year. You have an entire year to do that. So if you're somebody that likes to go for that carrot, this is a place where you can catch that carrot. Every single month, Star Club, get that carrot. Quarterly incentives, have some gifts that they're going to send you. And then also, the trip to Dominican, I would love everyone to be at Dominican next year with me, because I need to celebrate with you, because I was that girl that wasn't there. The FOMO, everyone else is taking pictures. Anyway, the next thing that we want to talk about is effective mentorship. So one of the biggest things that I love here as well, one of those boxes that I needed ticked, was the mentorship. It is so important who you align with. And I didn't realize this before, because I was still kind of new to the industry. I say 7 years, the first 3, I kind of, And I was not a believer of this industry after that. I'm surprised I came back. I surprised myself and did, started, and I'm so thankful I did. It completely turned my mentality about this MLMs and direct sales around. But it's because I had poor mentorship in previous years. So 3 years of poor mentorship, I was a complete skeptic on direct sales. So when you are looking at a company, make sure who you're aligning with has the effective mentorship, duplicatable systems. You want direct access to decision makers. It is huge to be able to have that support when you need it. That is really big. With our previous company, we had absolutely we had no access to anyone at all. So having that direct access is extremely important. And you want someone that's going to focus on empowering you to build your business. That is huge. Somebody that's going to take their time to mentor you, to meet with you, to celebrate your successes. This whole industry is about community. And you want to join a community that's going to lift you up, that's going to push you out of your comfort zone, like Mel here. Just so you know, Mel was really nervous about coming on. She's never done something like this before. But we're like, you don't have a choice. You are coming out on this call with us because we're pushing you out of your comfort zone. But that's what this is about, is your leaders, your mentors. Like, we're here to push you to so that you can reach past those limits. It's limitless here. And so the corporate resources are fantastic. There's a whole tools section in the back that has all sorts of resources for us. We don't have to make them. You know how many hours I spent in my previous business making things because they weren't made for us? If you were in a company that did that, where you had to make all the graphics, make everything, do all the trainings, I'm telling you, it is time consuming. We can just focus on mentoring our humans and working our businesses. And support goes beyond just your mentor. Support goes deep into the lines. So your upline leader, they're reaching down deep to see you succeed. So Jeff's going to take it away and he's going to tell us what's next. The best part.
The best, I think the best part's already happened, but I think if you sit back for a moment, you go, it's always important to kind of helicopter up, okay? And to step back for a moment and say, okay, so what just happened? What was I just told? What are the pieces? What are the boxes that should be checked? And I think, they did a great job of sharing, here's who the company is, here's the leadership, here's the products, here's the compensation plan, here's the support, here's the mission of the company, those pieces, and what your job really is to do, because you're here making a life decision. Let's just call it what it is. You're here making a life decision. And just as these ladies have shared today, each one of them has made a life decision that impacts their family. Each one of them connected it to the people that matter most in their lives. And that's what this decision is all about. So as you look at what was shared, we've jokingly kind of said, check the box, check the box. I mean, we've done that. But what you need to do is you need to check the box. And I think you need to get really clear on saying, what's most important to me? And if these align, then you should say, okay, maybe this is worth the investment. Maybe this is worth the commitment, making a decision, not just kind of dabbling, but not good intentions, but making a decision. Okay, to give this a whirl. And one of the things that we've tried to do as a company, as Becky has just shared, is we've tried to align different pieces. We've tried to align the product line. We've tried to align the compensation plan. We've tried to align the recognition and the rewards and the quarterly, the mixers and those little things that will lead you along and help you get to where you want to go. And you can say a little gimmicky at times, maybe, but guess what? As you go for those goals, they lead to a bigger path, and they lead to a bigger thing at the end of that. And that's the purpose of those. And so what we've also tried to do from an alignment standpoint is say, okay, look, the best way to get started, let's take the guesswork out of that for you. Let's start with some of our hero products. Let's talk with some of our nutritional supplements and with our shakes. And so we have what we call our Ready Set Wellness packages, and which is shake, vitalizer, or you can opt for the Meology, which is more of a customized, personalized pack. And the price can vary on that, just because sometimes you'll get in there and say, I want more of this or I want more of that, so that it can vary. But what these are geared to do is to give you a great starting point in the business, to take the guesswork out of it, and to have a great experience, and to start to see results when you see and feel over time. And that's what these bundles, what these packages are about. So if you haven't already, my recommendation to you is this is where you start. This is kind of the jumping off point. And someone invited you to this call, or you're going to go out from this call and you're going to talk to other people. Okay. And hopefully this is a good lift me up for that as well, that you'll walk away with more confidence, a little more enthusiasm than you had coming into the call. But these are great starting points. Take the guesswork out of it. We've tried to do that with most of our business. We've tried to make it seamless for you so that it's duplicable or duplicatable, however you want to say that word, okay? But to make it work for you. So if someone invited you here, have a conversation with them. They can help you access these products and get running and on your way. So I think I would just say, as I close, don't just consider, make a decision, okay? People are benefited by making decisions and by being intentional. And it's kind of lingering, dabbling, you get those kind of results. Being intentional creates different kinds of results. So make a decision. Becky.
Awesome. So we're just going to recap. So our invite to you, remember, you are the brand. You are your brand. Whether you are starting off, this is your very first business, you have the mentorship, you have all of the things in place for you to be successful. Whether you're in a business currently and it's crumbling around you and the writing is on the wall, I mean, reach out to any one of us. We've been there. We understand. But, you know, just what Jeff said, you have to find one that aligns with your values. Because if you don't find your fit, it's not going to work. You have to find one that fits who you are and who you want to be. Personally, this couldn't have come at a better time. I was not taking care of myself. I'm 1 year postpartum, and I was not getting the nutrients that I needed. I was not taking care of my body because I was too busy taking care of everybody else. So this couldn't have come at a better time for me, because suddenly I started putting my health first. And the last thing too is you need to find a company that values you, a leadership that values you as a person, as you as a business partner. So whoever, you know, wherever you're going to lay your feet, if you're on this call, I bet you're already thinking, nah, this is my fit, because you wouldn't be here if that little seed wasn't already in your head. So just remember, find something stable. So skilled leadership, top-notch products, adaptable compensation, built-in support, long and short-term incentives, and effective mentorship, because you're going to want to lay your roots. You don't want to go anywhere where you're going to get that rug pulled out from under you. You want a stable foundation, and that's what you're going to find here. Mel, Katie, do you have anything else to add?
Just that you're going to have a lot of fun. It's not all work and it's not all serious. And the women and men now that we get to partner with and work with on a daily basis are just a hoot. And the friendships that we've made through this industry are long lasting, and let alone bringing that extra income or even a sole income like myself to the table is possible. So yeah, we're excited to partner with you, and we're here to answer any questions that you may have. So make sure you reach out to the ambassador that invited you here today. If you do not have an ambassador that invited you and you just saw this invite floating around on the web, reach out to Becky, myself, or Mel. We're happy to answer any questions you may have, and we're really excited to have you join with us.
So I'm just going to stop the recording, and then we can take a few minutes to answer any questions that people have, if there's any questions. Maybe Jose has to stop the recording. That's fine. We can just cut that out at the end. Is there any questions? If you have any questions, we have 1 month in and the best decision I could have made for myself. Yes, Jan. I love that. Jan has had some amazing wins this last month, and she's rare. She's like got the bug. She's ready to go. Her day job's getting in the way. So if you have any questions, 40 plus years for me in Shaklee. That's incredible, William. Wow.
40 years. Goodness gracious. That's incredible.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Congratulations. So that just goes to show you the stability that this company has. William has been working and taking Shaklee for 40 years. Longevity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I
that's what I
still
wanted.
I still have a lot of clients that I have 40 years ago. So it's also loyal customers.
And products that work.
Yeah. And they do become family.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. That's a testament. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
amazing.
so much, Jeff, for
So
being
much, Jeff. Yeah. I've been loving the vitamins and supplements so far, which is really important to me when offering products. Yes. You know what's funny with the vitamins? We all kind of started them at the same time. And I was probably about a week in, and suddenly I could not sleep in the mornings like I would drag myself out of bed and, my kids and, drag myself around the house. But after taking those vitamins, I was waking up before my kids and getting out of bed and being like, I'm rested. I feel rested. And so at first I was like, I didn't know what was going on. And then I realized I'm like, this is wizardry. Something's happening to me. These vitamins are amazing. And I couldn't help but share them. I came in to the skincare side of things. You haven't had coffee since the cleanse. Jen, me either. No coffee since the cleanse. It's incredible, isn't it? The changes that you can make in such a short amount of time. It really is incredible.
I want to share something. Actually, my friend Melissa is doing the cleanse right now, and she's going on her 3rd week. And I just wanted to say, like, obviously it's rewarding. We do this because, obviously you want to make money. But it's also rewarding getting messages from people. And so she had sent me a message and she said, I'm just so happy, Melanie. I was really letting myself go. And she had sent me her before and after pictures, and I will share them, like not in this chat, but I'll share them with you ladies in our cleanse group. And I just cannot believe the difference. She looks amazing. She's like showing me every day. She's sending a picture. Oh, these pants fit. Oh, this skirt fits. And it's just like so nice, just to like get that kind of feedback, right?
There's nothing more rewarding than helping others. And when we get to help others feel more confident and feel better about themselves, feel healthier, like there's no better reward, really. Like it really touches you. It's like touches that heart. I'm down 4 pounds and my joints feel so much better. Incredible, Jen. That's awesome. I love hearing that. Okay, well, if we don't have any more questions, then that's going to be everything for tonight. Thank you so much for everyone for coming on and attending. And like we said, if you have any questions, just reach out at any time and go back to your ambassador and really thank them for inviting you here, because this is a blessing, and they're sharing a blessing with you. So you're very fortunate that they think highly enough of you to share this with them. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.